The mosques of Konya are 600 kilometers and a world away from the boulevards and sleek bars of coastal Izmir, two Turkish cities separated by a cultural gulf that looks only set to widen after Sunday's parliamentary election. Over the past 13 years, the Justice and Development Party, AK Party, founded by President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan, has transformed the economy and come closer than any other previous government to solving a three-decade Kurdish insurgency in the southeast. But the conservative, Islamist-rooted AK Party has made little attempt to resolve Turkey's growing polarization, exacerbating the problem through divisive campaigning, critics say. That could make it difficult for the AK Party to win a broad enough victory on Sunday to change the constitution and fulfill Erdogan's ambition to secure new executive presidential powers. It could also make Turkey harder to unite and govern once the voting is over. Turks on both sides of the Gulf, pro-Western liberals who look to the secular state founded by Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, and pious Anatolians who rally to Erdogan, have developed siege mentalities, threatened by the other side. The opposition can try to dismantle this life of ours, but they won't be able to, said 38-year-old Ender, a teacher standing at the gates of the Islamic school where she works in Konya, an industrial city in the Anatolian heartland. Religion was suppressed in the public sphere under the uncompromisingly secular Kemalists, with women banned from wearing headscarves in universities and in the civil service. That has changed with the AK Party, which draws its support from millions of devout voters who long felt marginalized. The Turkish state is now more visibly Islamic, with thousands of religious schools like the one where Ender teaches Arabic springing up with government support. State schools also teach religion, something that rankles secular Turks in places like cosmopolitan Izmir. The AK Party is trying to turn Turkey into a religious, Middle East-type country where freedoms are limited and women are segregated from the public sphere, said Sevin Atali, a 67-year-old retired primary school teacher. These were not the ideals of Ataturk and the modern Turkish people. Core vote strategy. Sunday's parliamentary election could reshape Turkey's system of government. Erdogan, intolerant of dissent and hypersensitive to criticism, wants the AK Party to win a sweeping majority to allow it to change the constitution. Recent polls suggest such a convincing victory is unlikely, and the AK Party may even struggle to win enough seats to stay in power as a single-party government. With economic growth stalling, Erdogan, who as head of state is supposed to be above party politics, has become increasingly divisive on the stump. Erdogan's campaign has almost exclusively focused on ideological issues related to Islam and Turkish nationalism. He has drifted away from the broad-based campaigns of earlier elections to a core vote strategy, said Fatih Hakara, a Turkey expert at Chatham House, a UK think tank. The AK Party's bitter campaigning will eventually take its toll on Turkish society, said Afef Zekilik, a politician from the small right-wing The Felicity Party, SP, in Konya. Erdogan has made out those who don't vote for him to be traitors, he said. I can't even speak to some of my relatives anymore because of politics. Signs of partisanship are clearly visible in the streets of Konya, the hometown of Prime Minister Ahmet Davutoglu and once a sleepy city before the AK Party came to power and investment poured in, even bringing a high-speed rail link. Our Konya, our Prime Minister, one enormous banner draped down the side of a building reads. Looking after Konya's son, says another. In 2011 the city voted overwhelmingly for AK Party, with support in some areas nearing 80%. Muzafer Ilmaz drives a battered taxi in Konya and will vote for the AK Party. He has no doubt his city has benefited from government patronage, while opposition bastions like Izmir have suffered. The President and Prime Minister are saying they will not let the country get divided, but they abandoned Izmir, Ilmaz said. Opposition stronghold. Nestled on the western coast and infused with Aegean culture, Izmir is often referred to as the castle of the main opposition Republican People's Party, CHP. In 2011, the CHP won 44 PCT of the vote in Izmir, far above its 26% national share. Izmir is a pragmatic, trade-focused city, said Koray Kaliskan, a political science professor at Bosporus University and a native of İzmir. İzmir is always against any movement that is introverted in character. The ideological and cultural reflection of this is Kemalism. That outlook has come under fire from the ruling party during the campaign. What the CHP young people in İzmir understand from freedom is dressing in a very revealing way, getting drunk and partying until morning, AK Party lawmaker Kuma Ten said on Twitter last month. Many İzmir residents fear their way of life rooted in the secular political credos of Ataturk is under threat, and accuse Erdogan of authoritarianism and Islamism. İzmir is the modern and enlightened face of this country and will continue to be so, said Atali, the retired teacher. This is what the AK Party cannot stand and is constantly trying to attack.